Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. Octopussy is a 1983 spy film and was the 13th in the James Bond series. It's the 6th to star Roger Moore as Agent James Bond. The film was directed by John Glenn, and the screenplay was written by George Fraser and Michael G. Wilson. The storyline goes that Bond is assigned to solve the murder of Agent 009, killed in East Germany, clutching a fake Fabergé egg. The trail leads to India, where a surprising woman operates a smuggling ring under the cover of a traveling circus. But her real motives prove to be far more sinister than that, and Bond uncovers a plot to blow up a U.S. Air Force base in West Germany. Despite United Artists having terrible financial troubles during this time, after some real failure films, the studio greenlit another James Bond film, it being this one. 1 month after this was announced, United Artists was purchased and merged into MGM. They hired the screenwriters to adapt a short story from Ian Fleming's collection, one that was called Octopussy and the Living Daylights. The casting for the movie was a little bit more tricky. Following For Your Eyes Only, Roger Moore had expressed a desire to retire from his role as James Bond. His original contract had been for 3 films: Live and Let Die in 1973, The Man with the Golden Gun in 1974, and The Spy Who Loved Me in 1977, which he fulfilled. His following 2 films, Moonraker from 1979 and For Your Eyes Only in 1981, each were negotiated on a film-by-film basis. Given his reluctance to return to do this movie, the producers engaged in a semi-public quest for the next Bond. They looked at Timothy Dalton, Lewis Collins, and James Brolin. But when the rival Bond production, Never Say Never Again, was announced, the producers persuaded Moore to continue in the role, as it was thought the established actor would fare better against former Bond, Sean Connery. Filming for the project began in West Berlin, August 10, 1982, with the scene in which Bond arrives at Checkpoint Charlie. Filming in India began September 12, 1982. Almost all the studio work and interior shots were done at Pinewood Studios on the 007 stage. The pre-title sequence was a scene where Bond flies a nimble, home-built aircraft through an open hangar. That stunt was performed by Hollywood stunt pilot J.W. Formoff. He flew this aircraft at more than 150 miles per hour through this hangar. In today's world, few directors would have considered a stunt like that. It just wouldn't happen. It would all be done on computer. This craft had collapsible wings, and the plane was shown hidden inside a horse trailer, but a dummy plane was used for all these shots. Filming inside the hangar was achieved by attaching the aircraft to an old Jaguar car with a steel pole, driving with the roof removed. The second unit team was able to add enough obstacles, including people and objects, inside the hangar to hide the car and the pole, making it look like Bond was flying inside. Actress Christina Wayborn, who plays Magda, at one point in the film has a really elegant window exit. She performed this stunt herself, swirling down to the ground, her dress acting as her support, and being unwound as she safely glides to the ground. Her departure was filmed in 2 different locations. Her fall from the balcony was filmed at Pinewood Studios. Her landing was filmed on location in India, but pieced together, it looks seamless and perfectly done. many production and story ideas and elements not used in 1979's Moonraker ended up being utilized for this movie. These included the knife-throwing twins and the acrobatic jet plane sequence. The character of Penelope Smallbone, and you just gotta love all these double meaning names that are throughout the James Bond series. They just make it hilarious when you watch it. During the shooting of the scene where Lois Maxwell, who plays Moneypenny, introduces Bond to Penelope, instead of calling her Penelope Smallbone, she flubs her lines and calls her Penelope Smallbush. Roger Moore quickly replied to her, "We know where your mind has been, Moneypenny." Even though that Maud Adams played the title role, the audience doesn't see her face until an hour and 9 minutes into the movie. This would explain why she was nominated in the Best Supporting Actress category for the Saturn Awards, instead of the Best Actress category. She lost that award to Candy Clark from Blue Thunder. This film is the second Bond movie to utilize Swedish actresses. Maud Adams was paired with Christina Wayborn and also supported with another Swedish actress, Mary Staven, as Octopussy's girl. The Swedish model and actress Adams was no doubt gorgeous, and she was the only woman to play the leading love interest in 2 different Bond movies. And she's the only one to have a whole film named after her character. Yet after all of that is said, and this being her biggest role, most viewers don't remember much about her. She's consistently rated as one of the worst Bond girls. I'm not really sure why that is. She's a gorgeous lady. Her acting's up to snuff, but there's a certain stiffness to it. I'm just not sure. It just doesn't translate well on screen. So she really was kind of a disappointment to audiences. But Roger Moore sure remembers the time he spent with her, especially one when they were frolicking around together. During this scene, she accidentally kneed Moore right in the private section, and it caused him to hit the ground. They had to stop filming and give him time to recuperate. So his intimate scenes with her are something he remembered for a long time, just not in a pleasurable way. Take a look at this fantastic film from the 007 series. It's a pretty good film. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.